Greetings, I'm Caffeine Rage, and welcome back to the Sunday Sampler. This week we're taking a look at Space Run Galaxy. This is a pseudo tower defense game mixed with a space game. This is developed by Pastech Games and published by Focus Home Interactive, and as usual this is a review copy that I'm trying out on launch day, so this is the launch version of the game. And this is an interesting one. I'm going to go into this a little bit. I haven't played the original Space Run game, so I can't directly compare one to the other. So I'm coming this as a bit of an outsider, but this has been an interesting one. For those who haven't played Space Run, it is a tower defense game where you're trying to get from point A to point B with your ship being intact. And I'll go to the spaceport so you can see the ship.
Welcome, Captain.
The ships are customizable, at least in this game. I'm not sure if it was in the original game. Right now I have two ships. I have
Never hurts to tweak a ship.
the Viper and the Wanderer. And I'm going to use the Wanderer for this video. And I have some extra cells on it. So I'm going to place some extra cells here to give myself a little bit more room. Because this is essentially how you build up your towers. Think of this as basically the level for the all the towers in your tower defense game. And instead of the enemies coming to your towers, you go to the enemies. You'll see what that means in just a moment. We'll go ahead and make this a lovely shade of green. That looks good. And
Your
apply the
ship
changes.
is ready to use.
The game has quite a few different characters and actually some really good voice acting in it. A little hammy at the times, but yeah, you know, it fits the overall feel of the game, I think. So let's go ahead and I should show off the crafting as well before we really dive into things.
Oh, it's you.
Unfortunately, I don't really have enough here to do much in the way of crafting. I have enough to do some weapons, though. How it works is that you don't start off with anything on your ship other than one basic thruster and your bridge, at least for now. I'm only a few hours into the game, so that could change later on. And everything here is what you have options to build during the mission. So right now I have the option to build 9 laser turrets, or laser cannons total in the mission. As those are destroyed, that depletes my supply of them. If I run out of laser cannons, I can't build any more laser cannons. So it really makes you think about your building, and the levels are fairly short, so you're not having to worry too much about these. So let's just go ahead and
but useful choice.
take a look, and this is how you build extra hexes to add onto your ship. The ship starts with the basic, but well, actually I should show that off now that I think about it.
So great to see you again.
You keep the basic shape, but you see these empty spots. Those are your upgrade spots that you have remaining. You can only upgrade your ship so far before you have to go get a new one, which is sold by the merchant. And they come in various shapes and sizes. And there's a little bit of strategy in this. Not just, you want to pick a ship that has a lot of area for you to build on, but also the general shape of the ship. Like this ship, for example, anything that's coming in from the right-hand side of the screen, which you'll see in a little bit, if you're dealing with an asteroid field and you're trying to destroy all the asteroids, you're having to worry about a bigger cross-section. So it has a little bit of a strategy in it. And the change from this game to the base game, to the original game, I should say, or its predecessor, is that it has an online economy. Which
if
I
I
shouldn't
don't
have clicked
have
out of
it,
that.
you don't need it.
In that these are player things that are being sold right now. And it's interesting that this has such a huge emphasis on being player driven, or multiplayer driven, I should say. Because a lot of times indie games kind of turn into a graveyard when they are so focused on multiplayer. So it's going to be interesting to see how this stacks up in the coming weeks and months, because it's not just items being sold, which is a fair deal of how you get extra stuff, because it is a bit random what you get after a mission. but also you get player contracts, and you can make your own, which we'll go ahead and pick up a contract.
Howdy! Find a mission that helps man and animal. And alien kind.
Okay, so let's see. This one wants me to go there. That actually is probably not a bad thing. This is my cargo that I have here and the cargo I have here. And you can only craft with what you have locally, but you're able to make multiplayer contracts to move cargo between one station and the other, or just move it yourself. Which honestly could get a little tedious, so it actually is very beneficial to make a bunch of contracts to move stuff around. Which makes me a little worried later, once the game kind of dies down, assuming that it doesn't catch on as much as it should. Because I will say right off the front that this is a very, we'll go ahead and just accept this, a very good tower defense game. But with such an emphasis on the multiplayer components and the multiplayer interaction, even though you're not interacting directly, it makes me wonder just what the future of this game is. So we'll just go ahead and play this mission. So go ahead and head here and do the run. And this is our ship. Like I said, we start off with one thruster and the bridge, and we need to put on this cargo, which incubation tanks are very fragile. So I'm going to put them here, and eventually I'm going to put a shield generator here to protect them, along with the bridge and my primary thruster. And I'm also able to carry my spare cargo. Unfortunately, there's no multiplayer contracts to show off on this, but multiplayer contracts are essentially the same thing as this, only they're rewarded a lot higher quality stuff, and you get some more money out of them. So there is an emphasis on doing those. Plus, players can put extra credits into a multiplayer contract to, sweeten the pot, so to say. But it's not really necessary from what I could see. People tend to grab them up fairly quickly. Let's go ahead, and this looks pretty good right now. So we'll go ahead and get started and get our launch, and away we go. And you can skip this scene, by the way. I'm just showing this off for the video. There we go. Okay, so we have asteroids coming in there, so I'm going to put a laser cannon facing that way. I'm rotating with the mouse wheel. And I'm also going to put in a offensive amplifier there. And you'll see here, this is my current speed, my time, and this shows me the times for this run and also how far I'm behind. So right now I'm not going to make the time limit on any of these, and I have to make at least one time limit. So, we're getting in some
quite an interesting choice.
Other lovelies, and we'll go ahead and put a plasma cannon here as well. And we have to collect these hex nuts, which is our currency. Shoot. Most of these weapons can't be changed, but the plasma cannons, where that hex is probably gone. That's a little bit risky on that. Okay, so we are going to put in a thruster.
Construction on its way.
To try to speed things up. A laser there.
Weapon ready.
And this is pretty much the core of the game. You see the path that the enemies are coming in, and you have to deal with them. I'm going to put a plasma cannon facing that way.
On its way.
And we have another set of small asteroids coming from that direction, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate that. And it's basically just a waiting game right now. We're in between threats. In danger of losing cargo there, so we put the shield generator that I was talking about. That's going to protect this core. There are items later on that would extend this. Right now, in this point of the game, my shield generator can only protect adjacent areas or using a focus ability, which that's what this is. and it's generated by the thrusters. Ooh, we're getting a big ship coming in just a bit, which is going to be gnarly. The focus is generated by the thrusters, and it activates the special abilities. Oh, we're about to lose a cannon.
Ouch.
Yes, we are. Yeah, see, that's the... Ooh, and we also lost a hex there, which is not lovely. So let's go ahead and
You
rebuild
always
there
surprise me.
and there. And also... Hang on, how is this coming in? Okay, it's coming in like that, so I want...
Can't wait to see
there.
how this helps us.
Oh, rotate that. Use the special ability there to get some extra damage going. And there we go. A special ability there, which is amplified by that upgrader to shoot twice.
Remember, we're supposed to deliver the
shit.
cargo intact.
Lost the my shield went down. I didn't catch it. That's the thing about this, is that it is a very frantic game.
Quite an interesting
Okay, we'll put
choice.
there, which should give me a little bit more protection, hopefully. Get a little bit more shots there. There is no tactical pause, like think of it FTL style. This is all real time, so you have to make these decisions quickly. And
This is why you're the
the
captain.
runs are semi-randomly generated on what they do. So if I run this run again, I won't see all the enemies coming in from the north and south, for lack of a better term. They could be coming in ahead of me. So this one is also going the same way. So we're going to... set it up so that... Well, first of all, we're
A
going to get
wise
some repair
choice,
going.
as always.
Which this has the focus ability of doing heals on on the weakest components, so that heals those up. And a missile launcher.
Construction start.
This has the ability to shoot while it's basically inbound. Oh. I can't use that heal yet, so I'm about to lose a plasma cannon
Construction
and a regular
destroyed.
cannon. But that's okay, because I need to worry about the north of me
We
anyway.
were supposed to protect this cargo.
Oh, I'm not going to complete this run. That's the one thing about this, is that this game is a bit grindy. So even though I've failed this run already, I could rerun it to try to carry the last 2 cargo that I need. Or at least I should say at this stage of the game. This could change later on. So we made the express delivery run, but not the lightspeed delivery, which is fine. All things considered, I think that's decent, considering my attention's kind of divided in trying to talk over a fairly decently fast-paced game.
Maybe the client won't notice we lost some cargo?
Snarky computer, and I'll skip that. Well, actually, it looks like we have enough. It only required 50%, so that will complete this, most
Good
likely.
thinking for a non-scientist.
And a little bit of experience. Some credits, and some extra rewards, which is my crafting materials. You can see how that can be very random when I get. And that's a mission. Very simple, but it has a lot of replayability. We'll go ahead and fire up another one. We'll see
Glad
what we
to
have.
see you're ready to work.
And I am purposely avoiding the storyline missions. There is a overarching story, which if we go to the system map, you can see there's a story mission waiting for me here, which I'm purposely avoiding for this video because, well, those are a little tough, and you need to pay attention to those, to be perfectly honest. So let's see. Oh, and I should also go over the various merchants and stuff. They are vary on where they are, what they offer. So in this case, the mechanic is only level 4 and can only build defensive, utility, and basic modules. They can't build the offensive modules, and they can only build up to level 4 items. So if we go here, we'll see.
It's you again?
They can't build the anti-missile thing, so you have to think about where you're keeping all your supplies, and that is going to really force people to move their items around quite a bit, just because of levels and these specializations. And it's the same for the merchants. Well, the merchant can only here sell items, while the merchant here sells ships, or materials, I should say. But it shows you just that you need to consider where you're going. But there is a fast travel option, so if I want to go buy a new ship, I could just fast travel here and it's okay. Let's pop back to the system map and I'll show off the creation of player-made stuff. So this is my contracts. Currently I have none built, or none going. But I want to move my materials to down here, because this is a level 7 mechanic. Even though he could only build defensive and utility items, it beats a level 4 mechanic, because he has more options in those two, and I could move the offensive base stuff over to these places eventually. So we'll just create a new contract, and let's go ahead and move these over, move them there. I'm not going to add a sweetener to the pot because, like I said, it really, I shouldn't say forces, but it synthesizes the use of going after player contracts, because these have a greater tendency to give rarer rewards and a bit more money. We'll go ahead and create that. There we go. And we'll create another contract. I have found that creating too big a contract does make it so that people won't take it, but we'll go ahead and try this anyway. And create. And create a new contract, and we'll just move that last one as well. Probably should have split that up a little bit better. And I want to move this stuff over as well, so we'll create a new contract. As far as I could tell, there isn't a limit to the number of contracts that you can make. If there isn't, it's obscenely high, because I haven't hit it yet, and I've had 20 contracts running at once. So, just go ahead and... There we... Oh. Go. And while we're here, we'll take a look at player contracts and see what is on offer. So, missions,
I hope you enjoy doing work as much as
multiplayer
I
contracts.
enjoy doing science.
You can see, like, this one is only one item, but it's 800 some, 666 with one item. There's a 2000 with 6 items. Or I should say 6 random rewards for transporting 6 things. So let's just go ahead and pick one of these up. And the various
I hope you enjoy
non-player
doing work
factions
as much as I enjoy doing science.
have different things, or different cargoes. For example, this incubation tank has less HP than
Let's put you to
this,
work.
which has no special effect. And then there's another contractor that I've encountered so far that, well, their cargo tends to explode if they take too much damage.
Your
So you
skills
got to
are
be very
needed.
careful with that. It's not just the run, but also what you're taking. So let's take a look at, let's see, view on map. Oh, now see, this is a indirect route, so oh, there goes one of my contracts being accepted. I'd have to go this way or this way, and I don't have this route yet. Oh, whoop, didn't mean to hit that. I keep hitting the escape
Here
for
are
some
the
reason.
available contracts from this station.
So, yeah, that's to
Here
there
are
as
the
well.
available contracts from this station.
Yeah, I think a lot of these is moving stuff over to the higher level stuff. So unfortunately, I may not be able to show this off without it being a pain in the ass.
Here are the available contracts from this station.
Okay, this gives no extra money, but it gives 7 items, but it is required to carry 7 items. Oh, that's a long distance one.
Work for other space runners can be beneficial.
Yes, I shouldn't be spending too much time on this. I just wanted to show this off, but I'm not. That's the problem with this, is that everyone's starting right now, so everyone's wanting to move their stuff over. You know, that's fine. We'll do
Here
that.
are the available contracts from this station.
And we're all set up on the spaceport, so missions.
I hope you enjoy doing work as much as
don't even
I
need to
enjoy
do
doing
missions.
science.
Just go system map, and we already have a mission, so away we go. And we have 8 items here, so this is actually a bit of a grind. It would likely be best to do this in 2 segments, because how it stands right now, you're not wanting to carry too much because, well, you saw what happened to the monkey's cargo. Well, let's check this out. When I got contracts being accepted like crazy here. We'll carry this in 2 runs as I talk a little bit more. And just skip that. My biggest
Can't
worry
wait
about
to
this
see how
game
this
is
helps us.
quite literally, how will this game take off post-launch? Because right now it's sitting at about 400 players, which is pretty good for an indie game, but for any game to rely on its multiplayer stuff, it requires a dedicated fan base, and I'm not sure if this game has a dedicated enough fan base that they're going to stick around for ages and ages, because the tower defense by its very nature can be very grindy. As we just obliterate these, and we'll go ahead and get some
Construction
speed going.
on its way.
I just have that concern that the multiplayer component of this game is not going to last, and it's going to make the game more grindy than what it should be, just because of its focus on having player interaction or player cooperation. Oh, that's not good.
Wise choice.
There we go. Well, actually, we probably shouldn't do that. We should put a... Ooh,
Construction on its way.
definitely a plasma cannon. Get some extra damage down and have it where we could maneuver this if need be. Ooh, yeah, we got another ship coming in as well.
You always surprise me.
So grab all these. Maybe I'm just being a pessimist on this, and it's very possible. Oh wow, I'm going into a meteor storm. Good thing I don't have a wide ship.
You always surprise me.
Okay, let's get another thruster down as well. We'll use a
In
manual
our
shot
case, speed is money.
to get some extra damage down and kill that guy. Oh, hell. Okay. Other plasma cannon.
Construction start.
I have a feeling we're not going to kill all of these this time. Oh, just barely. So they're latching onto the cargo.
At
So
your command.
put that down to protect it. Oh crap! More of them, really?
Right away.
Yeah, odds are I'm not getting that lightspeed delivery because you can see I need 3, almost 4 thrusters already, and I don't have the ability to build that many. So yeah, definitely not getting that.
This is why you're the captain.
Oh. Oh, that's not good. That makes life a lot easier. Have them
You
immediately...
should try to avoid being hit.
Oh. Immediately go in the asteroid field and knock out their own weapons. Makes life a lot easier. And that's that mission done. And I didn't lose any of the player's cargo. So I got that going for me at least. Come on, mission end. Yeah, see, I have no way
The
of beating
client
the
will be
Gators.
pleased. Somehow no
Or
cargo was
losing those, I should
destroyed.
say. Here, go ahead and skip that. Unload all that.
You have made another space runner happy.
And that's half that contract done. Another 1,000 credits and some crafting materials. I got a portrait out of it as well. We'll go ahead and show that off. Oh, I got one of my missions already completed. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Profile portraits. You could change them based on your level and various achievements. So, gotta collect them all, right? There's all sorts of completion things, and the max level appears to be 20 based on the portraits. So in case you're wondering about that. But overall, I'm enjoying this so far. I think my big caveat with it is don't rely too much on the multiplayer component of it to make it last. We'll go ahead and open that up to... Oh, there's a boss there. Waiting on that run. If we wanted to attack all boss. Honestly, I don't want to right now because I just want to get this done and make that run. Because I got enough of the cargo done to complete that mission totally. Okay, well, that works, I guess. And there's also an option to buy and sell through the multiplayer marketplace as well, and all of it's time limited. So
I have everything under the
if there's
sun.
not a lot of people playing, the prices are going to vary greatly, and you're not going to see a lot of stuff on the multiplayer market, which is I'm just keep sticking in my mind the multiplayer scene, because I've seen so many indie games that had their multiplayers just and good games that didn't deserve it, I should say.
Your skills are needed.
So let's go ahead and wrap things up with one more mission. No, the voice acting's cheesy as hell, but I enjoy it. What can I say? So let's just go ahead and I mean, you've pretty much
Let's
seen
find
the,
a job you can go ape over.
You've seen the meat of the game already. It's literally just do one run and then go do another one. The difference is just what shows up. The best way I can say is a game like, and I'm like Beat Hazard almost, where it's the same base game, but depending on what you throw at the game or what the game throws at you, that's where the variance lies. It's a very simple game, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes that adds to the gameplay. And that's the same thing that's going on here. Go ahead and do... Oh, nope, didn't want to do a fast travel. Whoops. At least fast travel is instantaneous and doesn't cost you anything. So we'll... I know I want to move that there so I could get a shield to capture all 4 of those if need be. And we start. I think that's the big thing that this game has going for it, is just the fact that the I'm actually going to use this to get some extra hex nuts to get an offensive upgrade going. This is how you improve weapons. Now these are double shots, and the focus ability is a double shot as well. And with this many asteroids being thrown at me, it's very imperative. But it does slow me down, so that's the downside of it.
Construction start.
And there we go. Oh yeah, this looks like another asteroid field level. Which could be a bit boring if it keeps throwing this at me. I do wish I had played the first game to be able to compare and contrast this with the other one, but unfortunately I haven't. But from all the videos I've seen, it seems very similar. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I hope we got some more to replace this one.
That was painful.
At your command.
They may be taken out by these asteroids when they come in. We'll have to see about that. Ooh, a big asteroid. No, it actually looks like I'm doing too good a job at killing these things. Yeah, it looks like the timing wasn't there anyway. Well, I took out their weapons, so they're pretty much defenseless now. Let's
can't wait to see how this helps us. That should give us a good boost.
Oh, I'm not gonna get this other one done though, am I? No, I am not. Oh, shit.
Oh man, I really liked that construct.
That's where the
this is why
strategy
you're
of
the
this comes
captain.
in. Okay, we'll go ahead and put up a shield generator as well. Oh boy. Shield
ready.
I should have had the shield earlier because I could have done a remote shield to try to save that. And spent too much focus on that. So let's go ahead and get ready to replace that. Oh shit, I should have had this rotated.
Construction lost.
Yeah, that's my fault. I should have realized that.
Fire at will.
Okay, well, I'm still going to take a big hit here. That's,
You should try to avoid being hit.
well, to be fair, that is the end of the level. But boy, I took a bit of a beating there.
Excellent. All of our cargo made
You can see the
it.
weaknesses that some ships would have because I lost a good chunk of my ship pretty quickly. Or I shouldn't say a good chunk, but a few pieces fairly quickly. Unfortunately, any spare hex tanks I have left over doesn't really matter, so... I was 6 seconds off of the light speed delivery, though, which is frustrating.
Congratulations. Here are your rewards for this delivery.
And there we go. Yeah, there's the random nature of it. I get a bunch of offensive stuff. Let's see.
What do you want from me?
And I'd be able to, well, assuming this guy was high enough level, build another offensive upgrader, or another offensive upgrader, or even look towards the twin blaster. But unfortunately, it's not in the cards right now. But I think that's about all we really need to see of this, because tower defense games are fairly simple. It's the mechanics underlining them that is the interesting bit, and this is really interesting. It's just where the game will go from here and the multiplayer components of it, because these buttons could be useless in a month or two's time, and that keeps sticking in my mind. Will the multiplayer actually last? And I'm not. Oh, the logbook is just my quest log, which typically you only have 1 or 2 quests to begin with, so that doesn't really matter all that much. I will zoom out to the galaxy map, and it has 4 areas. I'm still in the very first area, so there's still a long ways to go content-wise, and I think I'm up to 5 hours played or something like something along those lines. So there is a lot to do, or I should say, a lot of grinding. But if you're a fan of tower defense, I don't think that will matter to you too much. Granted, there is no mazing, and the runs are a bit random on what you do. So it can be a little frustrating for tower defense players that like to perfect their overall strategy to the point where they could play a game blindfolded. But if you're a more reactionary player and like space games especially, then I think this would be a winner for you. My other big caveat beyond the multiplayer is the price, because it is a bit expensive for a buy-in here. Its base price is $19.99 and it has a launch, actually a launch couple week sale, because this is launching just before the Steam Summer Sale. So they decided to extend the launch week sale to July 4th, 2016. And they have a 15% discount on the price, which brings it down to $16.99. A little expensive for an indie game still. It's not hugely expensive, but I do wonder how that's impacting the player base, and where the once things the price goes back up to $20. How many people are going to buy this for $20 that aren't fans of Space Run? And I'm not 100% sure how much of an upgrade this is to the original Space Run. So people that have Space Run may have already played this game and not really need to get the multiplayer version of it. Oh, and I should say before I get off here, it does have an offline mode. I haven't tested it exactly, but it does give it the option in the main menu. But because of all the loading times and everything, I don't want to go through all that. But that is Space Marine Galaxy. Beyond my caveats with it, it is a pretty good tower defense game. I'm just a little concerned about how the multiplayer is going to pan out in a few months' time. Or if price drops and that sort of thing will keep this game alive, because it will be a crying shame to see the multiplayer side of things just be completely empty. I'll just go here so that stops blinking. Yeah, my contracts that I did at that I set up at the very beginning of the videos pretty much all ran their course from the looks of it. Yeah, a contract completed. So yeah, that's the 3 contracts. I think I set up a few more, but that's beside the point. But that wraps up the Sunday Sampler this time around. As always, feedback is appreciated because the Sunday Sampler is rather random. Any real feedback, it will help the Sunday Sampler later on. And, well, tune in next time because you never know what will show up, in the Sunday Sampler, because even I don't know at this point. Which is the fun part of this series, isn't it? And if you wish to catch the next Sunday Sampler, or my other Let's Play content, or the podcast that I do on Friday afternoons, subscribe because that does help. And, well, like I said, feedback is appreciated. And if you don't really have anything to say, but you enjoyed this anyway, hitting the like button is greatly helpful. It just for my ego and also for the location of this video through metadata, because YouTube is a weird thing when it comes to how videos are placed. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll take a bite of something next time in the Sunday Sampler, even though I have no clue as to what just yet. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.